In the 1990s, few people on Wall Street lived larger than Jordan Belfort. He had everything: mansions, luxury cars, private helicopters, yachts, millions of dollars flowing through his company every single day. To outsiders, Belfort looked like the ultimate American success story, a self-made millionaire who mastered the stock market. But behind the wealth, behind the parties, behind the image of success, was a massive criminal operation built on manipulation, greed, and deception. Investors trusted him with their life savings, and many lost everything. This is the true story behind one of the most infamous financial criminals in Wall Street history: the rise and collapse of the Wolf of Wall Street. Welcome to Crime Theory, where wealth, power, and corruption collide. We uncover the dark truth behind billionaire empires, financial frauds, crypto scams, and the masterminds who lost everything. Subscribe for cinematic true crime documentaries about greed, deception, and collapse. Now let's dive into the story. Jordan Belfort was born in New York in 1962. Even as a teenager, he showed strong sales instincts. He understood persuasion, confidence, and how to convince people to buy almost anything. Before entering finance, Belfort reportedly sold meat and seafood door to door. But he wanted more than survival. He wanted wealth, massive wealth. In the late 1980s, Belfort entered Wall Street. At the time, the financial world was fueled by greed, ambition, and excess. Young brokers chased fast money. Luxury lifestyles became symbols of power, and Belfort fit perfectly into that environment. But after the 1987 stock market crash, many brokerage firms collapsed. Belfort suddenly found himself rebuilding from nothing. That's when he discovered penny stocks, cheap, low-value stocks that could generate enormous commissions. And that discovery would change everything. Belfort founded his own brokerage firm called Stratton Oakmont. At first, it looked like a normal investment company. But behind the scenes, the business operated like a machine designed to manipulate investors. Belfort trained brokers to pressure clients aggressively. Cold calls became psychological warfare. Employees used scripts designed to create urgency, excitement, and fear. Many clients had little financial knowledge, but brokers convinced them they were about to become rich. The company specialized in pump-and-dump schemes. The process was simple. Stratton Oakmont would secretly buy large amounts of cheap stocks. Then brokers aggressively promoted those stocks to investors, driving prices upward. As the stock price rose, the company sold its own shares for massive profits. Then the stock collapsed, and ordinary investors were left with worthless losses. Meanwhile, Belfort and his inner circle became incredibly wealthy. As the money exploded, so did the lifestyle. Stratton Oakmont became infamous for outrageous behavior. Drug use was reportedly everywhere. Wild parties became normal. Employees competed for status, wealth, and attention. The office culture became chaotic and reckless. Belfort himself developed severe drug addictions, especially to quaaludes. At times, his lifestyle spiraled completely out of control. But the more money he made, the more untouchable he felt. He purchased luxury cars, mansions, a helicopter, and eventually, a massive yacht once owned by Coco Chanel. The image of success became central to Belfort's identity. He wasn't just rich. He wanted the world to see he was rich. And while employees celebrated the lifestyle, federal investigators were slowly building a case. Authorities had started noticing suspicious trading activity connected to Stratton Oakmont. Complaints from investors increased. Regulators suspected stock manipulation. And eventually, the FBI launched a major investigation. Agents uncovered evidence of fraud, money laundering, and illegal financial schemes. As pressure increased, Belfort reportedly moved money overseas to hide assets. Swiss bank accounts became part of the investigation, but the walls were closing in. Some employees cooperated with authorities. Former associates began revealing details about the company's operations, and Belfort's empire started collapsing under the weight of its own greed. In the late 1990s, the empire finally fell. Jordan Belfort was charged with securities fraud and money laundering. Stratton Oakmont shut down. Thousands of investors had lost enormous amounts of money. Facing overwhelming evidence, Belfort eventually cooperated with investigators. He provided information about other financial criminals in exchange for a reduced sentence. In 2003, he was sentenced to prison. The Wolf of Wall Street had fallen, but surprisingly, his story wasn't over. Years later, Belfort rebuilt himself publicly as a motivational speaker and author. His memoir became the basis for the hit film, The Wolf of Wall Street, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. The movie turned Belfort into a pop culture figure, but critics argued something dangerous happened. A man connected to massive financial fraud became glamorized, and many victims felt forgotten. The story of Jordan Belfort wasn't just about one corrupt stockbroker. It revealed something deeper about greed itself. On Wall Street, success often looks glamorous from the outside. Luxury, power, fame. But behind the image, some fortunes are built on manipulation. And when money becomes an obsession, morality can disappear quickly. Jordan Belfort sold people a dream of wealth, but the empire behind that dream left financial destruction everywhere it touched. Because sometimes, the most dangerous criminals don't hide in shadows. They wear expensive suits, smile confidently, and convince the world to trust them.